Hey there, it's been a while since I've put anything up, mostly because, well, with pandemic and everything, my day job sort of exploded on me and been so busy that I've gone from 40 hours a week working on kilts to when I and even can I find the time. So I deeply appreciate everybody's patience in this. I'm picking up a little bit of momentum right now because I got a week plus off in the day job. So what am I doing? Sewing. So this is directed to a gentleman in North Carolina who had sent me his kilt a great while ago for altering because it was a bit too big. And the first thing I discovered was that the buckle, now I've changed everything now, but the left hip buckle was right on top of the buttonhole, the center bar that the tongue is attached to was right on top. And that alone would have made it feel like it was too big because the strap simply wasn't going to be able to lay flat. It would be messed up. I can't think of a more technical way than that. And when I looked at this, it took me a little while because I'm looking at this and thinking, he's spent a fair amount of money sending this to me. Is that the only thing I need to do? So we had a conversation and we just decided we're going to pull the stops out, give him his money's worth. So off came the top band. I also asked him because the strap and buckle, to my eye, is unusually close to the tops, and that, of course, can affect the feeling of the sizing, and also if it's around the waist, but also too long, right? Because this is relative to the natural waist. I normally put it about 2.5 inches down, but he said no, the kilt's at the right length, so we'll go with that. But in any case, tore it down, and I discovered that the canvas, as we've seen elsewhere, were 3 separate pieces. They weren't even joined together. So immediately I had a list of things to do. So what I've done, shaped the aprons to his new dimension because it was only an inch or so, but did essentially best practice in all of this. So shaped the aprons, made the fringed edge a little bit wider. This was extraordinarily narrow and required fine craftsmanship, but it was you weren't quite getting the benefit because the fringe was so narrow it didn't really show. So on the inside, I haven't been able to replace the lining, or haven't been able to recycle the lining. That never really happened. So I'm just sewing in a green flannelette lining right now. And you can't see it, but I've signed it inside with the date that I'd repaired and altered it in October of this year. Now we've got the proper canvassing put in with the proper overlap and such. But one thing I hadn't seen before is, because usually I'm moaning about how people don't have an adequate hidden pleat, an apron pleat on either side. This person, I've never seen this before because they don't just have one apron pleat, they've got 2. Don't understand it, but I'm not decrying it. It's just something I've never seen before. But that has meant that I've had to do not 1 but 2 fold-ups so that these apron pleats wouldn't appear like saw teeth below the bottom edge of the apron. So you're going to see that where you didn't see that before. Also on this side, again, two apron pleats and 2 back pleats. Again, something else I've never seen before. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hidden pleats under that. Again, I don't understand it. It's not a way that I'm going to copy. It's just interesting to me. But in any case, so there we go. This is our Thanksgiving Monday. It's 3:30. I anticipate I'll have this done by supper time. I'll have it boxed and ready to go back to its new owner. And again, may I be the first to wish him many happy years of his newly properly overhauled kilt. Bit of sewing to do, as I said, leaving the lining just a bit baggy in the middle, which helps with keeping the shirt tucked in, as I've said elsewhere. And I realize I'm starting to babble a bit. So this is probably the last time, or so it's probably time that I should sign off. So there we go. Well done, sir. You'll have your kilt within the week. Hey there. Just finishing off the lining here. But there's one thing I failed to mention earlier, and I wanted to bring it up now, is that when you receive your kilt, you're going to notice that the lining is about the same depth down from the top, except at this one spot where it's going to come up very close to the top. And the reason for that is because the buttonhole in this kilt is placed so very high. In fact, the top of the buttonhole is just under the top band here. that the original maker, they cut out, to my mind at least, a little bit too much cloth to make that clearance. So consequently, it's rough, quite close to the edge. So what I'm going to have to do is bring the lining high and stitch it. So you're going to get this, there's going to get this nicely straight line, and then it's going to get all sort of topographical for a bit. So I'll finish that. I'll get the buttonhole in, and one last check over of the thing, and then it'll be ready to send to you. Thank you.